My name is Allison Bell, and this is the documentation of my 2020 Girl Scout Gold Award project. Okay, so this is the first day that we're out at Tadlock, and we're scoping out areas for where we can paint our 6 games, because we're going to have chutes and ladders, tic-tac-toe, and checkers. And we've got a couple different areas that are possibilities, because we're going to do 2 of each game, and it's looking really good. Okay, so we're out here by the playground, and as you can see, they already have a lot of stuff over here painted on the ground. So they have like Foursquare, they have the basketball courts, they have the whole alphabet and a hopscotch. So they have this big open space right here, which I think would be really cool to do 1 or 2 games, and then also on the other side. So I think this is where some of the games are going to go, because we could definitely do like a big chutes and ladders and checkers and everything over here, which would look really good. Okay, so we're setting up for our first work day. It's going to start in about an hour. So over here we have all of our gloves and goggles and masks and safety stuff, and then right next to it we have our first aid. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna be cutting up the game pieces. So we have these big dowels. They're 2 inches in diameter, and we're gonna be cutting those to be about 1 inch thick for the game pieces. I have my dad here who's first aid certified, and he's gonna be the one cutting up the pieces, and we're going to be watching, learning about power tool safety, and then after those are cut up, we're going to sand them. We just got back from Tadlock, and we were looking at places to paint games again, and around the playground it's in a little fenced-in area. It has a sidewalk surrounding it, and we're going to paint the games on the sidewalk within the fenced-in area of the playground, because that's a place where all grade levels can play. And we talked to some of the employees at Tadlock, and we made a plan, so the games are going to be in the best place, so it's not in the way of high traffic areas where a bunch of kids walk or teachers walk, and it'll be accessible for everyone, including kids in wheelchairs, and it won't be in the way of the ramps and stuff for those that do use wheelchairs, so that's pretty exciting. We measured out how big the spaces are, so we're about to go and buy some supplies, some paint. We're gonna get striping paint like construction workers use to make lines for roads, and we're gonna find some type of top coat. I think we'll have to sweep off the spots, we'll have to tape out where we want to paint them, let them dry, possibly do a second coat, and then take a break somewhere in there, put a top coat on, and so we'll have an all-day project. We're working on making it so we can social distance, and the way the games are placed, they're more than 6 feet apart between them, so since there's 6 games, we'll probably have 6 families volunteer, so each family can be in charge of a game, and we'll make sure that there's water and snacks provided for them, because it'll be hot and it'll be a long day, but that way everyone stays safe, and yeah, pretty exciting. So a huge problem that we came across that I addressed a little bit in the last clip was that I was trying to complete this project during a pandemic. So what I ended up doing, and it was helpful that my project was outside, was that there were 6 games and a bunch of sections of the sidewalk and of the basketball courts. So we had people come with a family member or a couple of family members that they could work with alone, and each family had a station. And so they had to be 6 feet or more away from other people, and if they got kind of too close, they had to wear their masks. But this meant that everyone was safe and healthy. So we're at Tadlock for our first work day, and the stencils are not going great, but we got one. It's on the ground there. We're trying to work on the second thing for tic-tac-toe. We're gonna try a new way. Hopefully it'll work. So we just finished for today, and we painted an entire interactive sidewalk and 4 tic-tac-toe games and 2 things on the basketball court. For elementary school, tic-tac-toe and chutes and ladders were going to be the best options, so we're going to come back and finish another day. We had a good work day. just had a work day this past Saturday up at the school, and we finished all of the concrete painting, which is super exciting because it was really hot, and that in total made 3 work days at the school, which it was really hot. We did them in July and August, but we got it done. The squares look fantastic, and the interactive sidewalk turned out so good, and I'm really excited about that. So right now I'm getting ready to work on typing up all of the instructions for the games and then getting those laminated so we can put them in the bags with the game pieces for the students. And then I'm going to work on putting together, like, I guess you could call it like a legacy binder. It's what I'm gonna leave at the school with all the paint samples, all the instructions, any templates that we used, everything like that. That way, if they ever need to do touch-ups or anything, they can fix it. And then on top of painting the games, we actually were able to help the school out by painting the basketball courts and the driveway, and then also painting the hopscotch and foursquare like areas, because those were super worn down. You couldn't really see the lines, but we had a whole bunch of extra white paint over, so we painted those, and it should last a really long time because the paint we got was actually road striping paint, which is what construction teams use for painting lines on the roads. So it'll be great, it'll last a long time, and we're leaving it all with the school when we get finished, so that's good. So these are 2 of the game bags. This is for game number 1 and game number 2. At the game boards at the school, we labeled them with a little frog print and then the number of the game, and each bag corresponds to a number. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what's in each bag. So if you open up game number 1, this is a Chutes and Ladders game. So we have a laminated piece, and it's also labeled to match. That way each bag will always have a set of instructions, and it has really simple instructions and then just a little reminder at the bottom of like, hey, this is for fun, be a good sport, all that stuff. And then it's labeled with my name and then Gold Award Project 2020. So for Chutes and Ladders, there are very few game pieces. So first we have a little foam die, and you roll it, and that's how you know how many spaces you get to move. And see, you can kind of see it here, it's also labeled with bag number 1, so you know which game bag it goes in. And then the only other things in here are 4 game pieces, because Chutes and Ladders is a 4-player game. And on one side of each piece, it has the bag number labeled, and on the other side, it's just painted. So we have that. So if the pieces get separated, they know which bag and which game they go to. So next up in bag number 2 is one of our tic-tac-toe games. So like Chutes and Ladders, it has a laminated sheet of instructions with the title and then the number of players, which is 2 players, and that has the instructions and that same reminder that it's just a game and to be a good sport, and it's labeled with the bag number and then my name and Girl Scout Gold 2020. So in here, there's a lot more game pieces because tic-tac-toe requires more pieces for each player. So there's 2 colors, one for each player. They're labeled with the bag numbers, and on the back is just the color. And there are 10 of each color in here, just to make sure each player has enough pieces to fill the board or to win. So each of the 6 game boards has one of these bags to correspond to it. There are 2 Chutes and Ladders game boards and 4 tic-tac-toe games. So it is currently September, and Frisco schools have been back in person for about 2 weeks now, and the reactions from teachers and from the principal have been so overwhelmingly good. I remember when we first finished the project, we sent Miss Rapp, the principal, pictures of the boards, and she texted back to my mom and said, "This is exactly what I want at Tadlock." And it was so exciting because we said, "Miss Rapp, you know, that is the Tadlock playground. That's exactly what you got." And it made me so happy to know we had done exactly what she had pictured. And now that school's in session, a lot of teachers have come by my mom's room and told her that they're so excited and that their kids are so excited to have these new additions to the playground. And one of our work days, we even saw local kids up at the park bringing chalk to play tic-tac-toe on their own because they didn't have game pieces. And I'm really excited that they haven't even been there that long, but the games are already making an impact on the school and local community.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, we are so excited that Allie's done this for us. It gives the kids so many more opportunities to collaborate and play with each other. It's all the way around the playground, so they're spread out and they're all just having a great time. Lots of social skills. Great job, Allie.
Thank you for making these games. We really like them.
Perfect.
We're so excited about all of these awesome games that Allie's done for us. The kids are just having a blast with it. We love you. Thank you so much for doing that for our school.
principal at Tadlock, and I am so glad that Allison chose Tadlock to paint on our playground. It's made such a difference with the kids. We're grateful for her time and her creativity with her project.
To play Chutes and Ladders, the first thing you want to do is review the instructions with the people you're playing with. You want to get a good understanding of how to play the game. Then you're going to get out the game pieces and pick which color you would like to play with. Be kind and don't fight over the colors because it's just a game and you can switch it up every time you play. Then each person's going to get a chance to roll the dice. Whichever player gets the highest number is going to go first, and the player with the second highest number will go second, and so on and so forth. Then you will roll the dice to see how many spaces you should move. If you land on a ladder, you get to go up, but if you land on a chute, you get to slide down. Remember, it's okay if you land on a chute and have to slide back down. It's just part of the game and it's meant for fun. Each player will take turns rolling the dice and moving up the game until you get to the top of the game board. The first player to make it to the finish line wins. Remember, it's just a game. It's okay if you win or if you lose. If you win, be a good sport and tell your teammates that it was a good game. If you lose, congratulate the winner and try again next time. It's okay to be a winner and a loser, but it's not okay to be a bad sport. Sometimes games just take practice and a whole lot of luck. Have fun playing! Remember to keep your mask on while you're playing the game to keep yourself and your friends safe. The first thing to do when getting ready to play tic-tac-toe is to read the instructions to make sure everyone playing understands what to do. Then each person will pick which color they would like to be and get ready to play. The person who goes first will make the first move and pick where they want to start. Then the next player will follow suit. The players will alternate turns picking a spot until someone gets 3 in a row or you end up with a draw where no one wins. The first person to get 2 out of 3 wins overall. And if you get a draw, keep trying until someone wins. Remember, it's okay to lose sometimes. Congratulate the winner and try again next time. Always be a good sport and have fun playing. Please remember to wear a mask while you're playing to keep yourself and your friends safe. So to make games like this for yourself, the first thing I would recommend is to go to your local hardware store and find road striping paint. This saved so much trouble in this project. Because it's road striping paint, all you have to do is sweep the area and lay down the paint. You don't even have to do a top coat because it's meant to last cars driving over it for a long time. That is my biggest tip to making games that'll last a long time. Now, these colors only come in white, blue, and yellow, but that worked out for us because the playground was colored blue and yellow. Next, when you're making the game pieces, buy large wooden dowels that are about 2 inches in diameter from Home Depot or your local hardware store and cut them to be about 1 inch thick, sand it down, and paint them, and they make the perfect lightweight game pieces. If you're working on a project like this during the summer like I was, I highly recommend going early in the morning and working before it gets too hot. Make sure to have lots of water on hand to avoid getting dehydrated. I also recommend to remember that this is an activity for kids, so add color pops and as much creative outlets as possible because it makes it more welcoming for young kids. I want to give a huge thank you to my family, my Girl Scout Troop 3069, and the Tadlock staff for helping support me throughout this project. I could not have completed this project without your ongoing support. Thank you for letting me use my creative outlet to make the Tadlock playground a better and happier place. Remember to stay safe while you're playing and have fun.